Hi, Bryce here. Today we're going to talk about Codeanywhere, which is a new application to me. It's a cloud-based IDE, or a development environment. And we're going to use it to try and develop our web pages a little bit more efficiently, all in a browser, so that you don't need to have anything installed onto a computer. You make use of servers that are somewhere else that are really going to be helpful for us. So you're going to get to the web page, codeanywhere.com, and then you're going to need to sign up. Sign up has got all these different options. You already have a GitHub account, so you can just sign right up with your GitHub account. I'm actually just going to log in because I already did this. There is an email verification step, so you're probably going to need to have a different non-schooled email since you're going to have to make that connection. Another thing that you're going to need to do is it's going to prompt you for some connections, which I didn't have to do in this example because I just did it. And so it doesn't ask me to make connections. It's already got one right here. So what I would do is when that pops up, I would make sure that I verified my email first. You should have gotten a verification email. You can link that through. And then you want to click on the repository from your GitHub that you want to have connected here. So here I've got the open class website, and what I'm going to do is actually make a new connection from GitHub so that I can see how this works. So let's go with a test repository. That seems like a good one to play with. The maximum number, oh yeah, I can't do that for free. So I'm going to stick with the one. You can only connect one container at a time for the free version of this software. Totally all we need. So, but you can see how that connection would have been made. You just go to GitHub, then you click on the one you want, you say do it, and it takes 2 or 3 minutes to get that set up, but that's because somewhere at Codeanywhere's server farm, they have a server setting up a virtual machine just for you so that it will do a bunch of background work for you and make this whole thing happen nicely. It's really a great way to do web-based development. So in any case, here I've got this. This is everything in my Git repository just put into a more user-friendly form. So like here's the license, here's my index.html, this is the splash page for our website, and then here are all the students' pages. So we've got all these different ones. Let's go with, we're going to go with Milroy here. Take a look at his. This is the very simple page that I put in for all sorts of people. And this is just opening up the file. So this is in a regular old editor. Like you'd see, this is like a more professional editor than when we've done it in the web, so it's a little bit closer to that. I also like the dark format. It's a little easier on the eyes. You can see here this is a preview of all the code. If this were a really long program, it could be really long down the page and give you a sense of where you're at. But for this, it's short, so it doesn't matter that much. I don't even have a scroll bar. But what I can do is start to edit this code. So when I hit enter, you can see it has a circle once I've made a change to the file. It's ready. It recognizes all those things as it goes. By being a better development environment than just GitHub editing there, this is going to be a lot better and easier to use. So if I do something like add a new paragraph, you can see it automatically dropped in here the second half of that tag, the closing, which is really nice. And I'll say this is a second paragraph made in Codeanywhere. Well, I need to spell. Okay. So made in Codeanywhere. So this is just a change that I've got. You can see it's got spelling suggestions, tag completion, all the things that you want in a modern development environment. So that's going to be great. It's going to be helpful. And as you get better at this, you'll appreciate that more and more. So the next thing, it's still got the circle. And it says that it's got a circle anytime there's unsaved changes. So I can either click on this, which will hit save, and it saves it right there. Or I can do file and do save. Or Control S is an option, and that's always my favorite. The hotkeys are the way to go. All right, so there's that. And so I've changed Milroy's thing, and if I can go here, here's the open class website. I look at Milroy. It has not reflected in this spot. So I can go back. Even though it's changed at Codeanywhere, it isn't changed on GitHub. So those are two separate places, which is a little tricky. So what I need to do is go to my open class website, and this is the connection that I have, and I'm going to right click. Then I get all of this business, which is a lot. And so it's a little tricky to see what's going on. So I can enable always on. That may turn it on right away. But first I'm going to show you how to do it in the SSH terminal. So the SSH terminal, this is the old school, or I guess the normal way that you would do a Git workflow. So this is really the power of Git. And if you have a computer where you can install Git and use it, this is the best way to do it. You'd use text-based commands. So I do things like git add-a with a capital A, and this will add all the changes that I've made to a queue that are ready to be saved to GitHub. Next up would be git commit, which is the word that you're used to seeing for save on GitHub. And then I'm going to do a -m and say I'm going to make a comment, and my comment here will be Milroy update code anywhere. And I put it in single quotes on either side. I can do double quotes if I wanted to have an apostrophe in there. But I hit enter, and you can see that it has an assessment. So here it tells me that Milroy update code anywhere, that's my message. 1 file change, 3 insertions, so I added 3 lines of code. And then here I've got this. The next thing that I would want to do is do git push origin master. And so this will push all of my changes up there, and you can see a bunch of stuff happens, and it takes a second before I get the command to come through there, and so I'm able to push those changes to GitHub. So I'm able to take any changes that I made at Codeanywhere and push them to the web page. So if I go, let's see, this one, this is, here we are at Mayfield Engineering class, and if I click on Milroy, let's see, it didn't do it, but if I hit refresh, didn't show. Maybe it takes a second. In any case, that's a thing that we're going to take a look at, a little bit more to explore there. And I'm going to turn enable always on. For each maximum number of always on dev boxes to add more, proceed to the purchase add-on section. It's definitely a thing that you have to buy. So enable always on is not an option I'm going to do. I can instead just do the SSH terminal. And so I can do it with these commands. It'd be git add, git commit, and then once that's done, then I do git push origin master. So those are the commands that I do to get anything from Codeanywhere to GitHub. And what it does is it'll nicely close the loop so that it becomes a little bit easier to do my development. And so here you can see I got it to work with another student, and then this, let's see if Milroy shows up. Yeah, so it took a second. That's, I guess, reasonable to see that it took a second, but here we go. I just hit refresh, and what it did was it changed the actual GitHub code that drives the pages. So I'm able to make changes and then see how they work. Another really nice thing is that here I am looking at this, and before I even go through that process, if I just want to preview, I can right click and hit preview, and it'll give me, oh, error, pop-ups are blocked. Okay, so pop-ups are blocked. I'm going to say always allow pop-ups from codeanywhere.com, and I hope they're not annoying. And so I'm going to open this, and there I can get a pop-up preview of what the web page looks like without even going through that whole cycle of uploading. So if I wanted to do a lot of development at Codeanywhere, I could do that with some previews, and then I can save, and once all that's saved, then I can upload through those 3 commands to GitHub so that it's all handled there. So this is a really nice workflow that is very much a professional level sort of thing, and I want to encourage you to explore this and try and make this connection so that you can get editing done on your GitHub pages more effectively. So with that, we'll talk about more in a bit. Thanks. See ya.